I would say just give it a chance, be open-minded, continue to support the team. Don't jump off the bandwagon because of the name, because
Yeah.
you still have to support the product that's on the football field. And eventually it'll become normal for you. And just, hey, you get used to saying the Washington Commanders.
What's going on, guys? This is Brian Jones from PopCulture.com. And joining me today is a former NFL linebacker who's a 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro selection, Super Bowl champion, and a former member of the now Washington Commanders, London Fletcher. London, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's a great day to be part of the Washington franchise, a new Washington Commanders. So It's exciting. I'm thrilled to be a part of this.
Absolutely. And the team just announced the Commanders nickname, logo, and uniform today. So what are your thoughts on the nickname? What are your thoughts on the new branding for Washington?
You know, I love it. It's a situation where, there was some bittersweet. You know, it's bittersweet because we no longer have the name, the Redskins. And I kind of got used to the Washington football team after a while. But I'm embracing the Commanders and the new nickname, the new logo, the new uniforms. Man, I think the uniforms are phenomenal. I love they gave us these letterman jackets. I mean, they're sweet. I think as fans get used to this, they're going to embrace the Commanders name.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that, because there are going to be some fans who are not too keen on the Commanders nickname. So what message do you have for those fans?
I would say just give it a chance, be open-minded, continue to support the team. Don't jump off the bandwagon because of the name, because you still have to support the product that's on the football field. And I'm telling you, this is some fire gear. The new uniforms, all the branding, the hats, everything is I love it. Just stay aboard, continue to support the team, and eventually it'll become the normal for you. And just, hey, you get used to saying the Washington Commanders.
Absolutely. And this comes at a really good time for Washington, because 2022, they're going to be entering their 90th season. So what expectations do you have for the Commanders heading into 2022?
You know, I think I love Ron Rivera and what he's been able to do with the franchise. Him in his first year, 2 years ago, leading them to the playoffs. They took a step back this year. Injuries were a part of it, but there was a lot of improvements. Some young guys played well, got a lot better. We're trying to still figure out the quarterback position. That'll be key to this offseason. If they can get that shirt up to where you say, you know what, this is not a question mark. We know who our guy is. We can win with this guy. The defense, they'll continue to get better. I want to get Chase Young back healthy and being dominant like he was his rookie year. And going from there, things will look back good for Washington.
Yeah, and hopefully if all that happens, they can get back to the Super Bowl, someplace where they haven't been since 1991.
Yeah, we'll be out there rocking Commanders in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. But you played in the Super Bowl when you were a member of the Rams, and the Rams are back in the Super Bowl in the next couple of weekends when they take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So when you were in the Super Bowl, what was that experience like for you?
Man, it was surreal. It's what you always dream of as a kid when you start playing a game of football. One of the goals that you have is to play in the Super Bowl, and you imagine being in that game. And so my very first one, I can just remember walking on that field and all those emotions overcoming me and really overwhelming me, bringing me to tears. Like, man, this is what you dreamed about and dreamt of, and to be in that stage, in that moment, it was surreal. And obviously when we won it, that was just like, man, what a day. What a great day.
No doubt about it. And this might be an obvious question, but who do you see winning this year's Super Bowl?
Right now, I won't put my prediction out here just yet. If the Cincinnati Bengals can block the Rams defensive line, that's a big if.
Yeah,
I think they'll win. But you got to give the Rams the edge because they're playing in their home stadium. The stadium, I'm assuming, is going to be at least 70% Rams fans. They have the upper hand. They have more talent. But Joe Burrow and what he's been able to do, I'm not going to necessarily bet against him. But it'll be key about whether that Bengals offensive line can block Aaron Donald and Von Miller and Leonard Floyd.
Should be a great Super Bowl. And the last question for me before I let you go is when you were with Washington, you had a lot of success. You were named to the Pro Bowl 4 times, as I mentioned, and named to the All Pro second team twice as well. There's been talk about you getting into the Hall of Fame because you did a lot in your career, even before you got to Washington. So do you think you should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Oh, without a doubt. I think I should be in there already, but for whatever reason or another, I haven't made it to the semifinalists or finalist list. It's a no-brainer that I belong in the Pro Football Hall of Fame based on what I was able to accomplish during my 16-year career.
I definitely agree with that. And I hope you get into the Hall of Fame soon. London, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and continued success to you.
Thank you.